Welcome to the explainer, everyone. All right, let's jump right into it. Today, we're dissecting a fascinating psychological phenomenon that I guarantee we've all encountered, even if we didn't quite have the exact words for it. We're talking about the stark, undeniable difference between just looking smart and actually being smart. Because let's be honest, it is incredibly easy today to put on a performance of intellect. But true intelligence, it leaves a very specific fingerprint. By the end of our time together today, you're going to walk away with a psychological toolkit to spot genuine intellect in the wild and, more importantly, cultivate it yourself.
So I want you to picture someone for a second. You know the type. Maybe it's a colleague, an acquaintance, or some pundit you see on television. Picture that person who drops the word synergy 5 times in a single meeting, speaks with this absolute unwavering certainty, and constantly tries to project superiority in literally every conversation. You really have to ask yourself, is that actual genuine intellect you're witnessing, or is it just a highly rehearsed performance? How do you actually spot fake intelligence when it's standing right in front of you?
Let's start with Section 1, the illusion of intelligence, style versus substance.
The whole foundation of our explainer today rests on a really crucial truth that psychology proves time and time again. Looking smart and being smart, they operate on completely different circuits in the brain. They present themselves in totally different ways in the real world. As the saying goes, fake smart people copy style, they struggle to copy substance. Look, anyone, and I mean anyone, can memorize a few impressive-sounding phrases. Anyone can fake a confident posture. But real intelligence is significantly harder to imitate because it doesn't show up in a rehearsed monologue. It shows up in dynamic thinking patterns, in how someone behaves when they're under pressure, and in how they handle the raw truth.
Moving on to Section 2, simplifying the complex, or the translation test.
We've all seen this play out. Anyone can take a simple concept and make it sound ridiculously complicated. But true intelligence? It usually does the exact opposite. Psychology actually shows us that a genuinely deep understanding of a topic allows a person to translate complex ideas into clear, accessible language. Fake smart people hide behind this wall of dense jargon just to mask a shallow understanding. Real thinkers, on the other hand, create clarity. The ultimate rule of thumb here is simple. If you truly understand it, you can simplify it.
Which brings us to Section 3, flexibility and precise questions, the ego check.
So how does a person react when totally new evidence is placed right on the table? This brings us to cognitive flexibility, the ability to update your beliefs without treating a disagreement like it's some sort of personal attack. When new evidence appears, truly intelligent people adjust. They don't do it dramatically, and they certainly don't get defensive about it. They just do it calmly. Here is the underlying psychological difference. A fake expert is entirely consumed with protecting their image. I mean, they are terrified of an ego collapse. But genuine intellect, it protects accuracy. Real smart people care far, far more about getting it right in the end than they care about being right from the very beginning. And you know what else? High-level thinkers reveal themselves through precise questions, not those long-winded speeches. Psychology shows that high-level thinkers identify gaps much faster than the average person. They can listen to a presentation and know exactly where the confusion exists, exactly which assumption is weak, and exactly what crucial information is actually missing from the puzzle. Just notice the completely different motivations at play here. Fake smart people ask questions performatively. You know what I mean? They ask questions just to show off to the room and sound informed. Real smart people, they ask precise questions because they genuinely want better information so they can close their own knowledge gaps.
Now for Section 4, comfort in the unknown, the pressure test.
What exactly happens when a person is pushed right to the absolute edge of their knowledge and exposed as uninformed? This right here is where you separate the true intellects from the performers. The key trait is intellectual humility. This is a secure competence. Real intelligence trusts its own baseline ability to learn and process new things, which means they don't have this burning, desperate need to pretend they have absolute certainty all the time. They are incredibly comfortable just looking at you and saying, you know what? I don't know yet. When fake smart people are exposed, sheer panic sets in. They bluff, they deflect the question, or they just overtalk in chaotic circles, hoping you'll get confused and drop it. But genuine intellect? It stays incredibly calm in the unknown. They are completely rooted in that secure competence we were just talking about. Finally, Section 5, feedback as ultimate leverage, the final verdict. Fake smart people hear feedback and boom, their brain instantly processes it as a massive threat to their carefully crafted image. But real smart people, they hear feedback as leverage. Taking a correction doesn't crush a truly intelligent person. Actually, scratch that. It does the opposite. It sharpens them. They would vastly prefer to grow and improve rather than just appear flawless to a room full of people. It really all boils down to this core insight. Intelligent people treat useful feedback as data, not as an insult. Instead of getting resentful when someone points out an error, they literally grab onto that information. It's emotionally neutral to them. It is simply data used to fuel their continuous mental growth.
Okay, let's take a quick look at the psychological toolkit we've just built together. Here are your 5 signs of real intelligence. They explain complex things simply. They change their mind calmly based on evidence. They ask precise questions to find gaps. They stay remarkably calm when they don't know something. And they improve through feedback. Remember, anyone can imitate confidence and anyone can memorize big words. But these 5 traits, they are almost impossible to fake for very long because they're rooted in how the mind actually works under the hood. Real intelligence simply doesn't need a performance.
As we wrap up today, I really want to leave you with one final, kind of provocative question. Think about it. Do you want to spend all your energy just looking smart, or do you want to do the real work to become hard to fool? Drop the performance, cultivate these genuine cognitive skills, and just watch how your understanding of the world transforms. Keep learning, stay focused, and I will see you in the next explainer.